Behind me is the church above, the dungeon beneath. Church above, dungeon beneath. And in many ways, I wonder what really happened here. What does this symbolize? And for different people, it symbolizes different things. But how can you, and some people say, well, it was there for a version of it, but their version is what was imposed upon the people in those dungeons. And I'm a descendant of people who went through that, whether it was Catholic or Protestant, depending, or a combination of all of the above. And again, reconciling that to help it make sense is where a lot of people get stuck, because they're saying, well, what were they doing before this dungeon? Before this right here? What were they doing? Before this was forced upon them. And some people say they weren't forced. It was forced, because when you go to Angola and you understand that there were forced baptisms. This right here, the fact that someone was taken and placed in this cell in that dungeon by force. If they were left alone, then what they know today and what was passed down to us would not exist, because what was taking place up here was a gross distortion. And again, it was imposed upon the people in those dungeons. And so it just leads to more questions. I really needed to spend some time here without any guides to really take in. What happened? I'm in the male slave dungeon right now, beneath the church. Sometimes it's important just to be able to take in the moment. Every time I've come here, it's been with a group or it's been guided. But to be in this space right now where I know countless people perished at the hands of human terrorism as a result of human capitalism, it just puts a different perspective on it. And regardless of their origin, because we can debate that, what occurred here was beyond brutal, was beyond barbaric, demonic, terroristic, beyond all of that. And to be able to still smell and see evidence, human genetic material is still in this space. And people wonder why it's important for them to come see, because they'll tell you anything. The internet is full of all these different theories, and they'll tell you anything in history books, but I'm standing in this space right now, and no one can take that away. I know what I see. I know what my research has shown me. And that's a part when we do our own personal due diligence. Can't do it for everybody else, you do it for yourself. But I think right now, of standing in this place where I was not supposed to come back, never supposed to see, but more and more of us are coming back and seeing and learning and understanding. And now we climb out of the dungeon. So from being in the dungeon to climbing out of the dungeon, it's a whole new day. Proper education, proper information, it now prepares us to educate everyone. Other ethnicities who've been misinformed the same way we have been.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny. From the mountains to the shore, so many things to explore. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny.
The Adventures of Darren and Destiny. And Darren and Destiny are twin brother and sister, and you go on their adventures throughout the African diaspora, meaning so African diaspora destinations, primarily focused in Africa, but we go to South America, we're going to go to the Caribbean. Their first book is going to take you to Ghana, and then we're going to go on a safari, and from there we're going to go to Ethiopia, and then we go to Salvador, Brazil. And what the goal is to be able to inspire curiosity in the continent, of Africa in our children from a very young age, and to really tell a more accurate story. Most of our children are exposed to negative images, late night infomercials about how bad things are, everybody's sick, everybody's poor, everyone's uneducated, but that's simply not true. So what Darren and Destiny and their family do is they go to different African destinations. They are learning about these different places. You're beginning to see positive images, but still telling the truth. I mean, that's the important thing, to tell the truth about some of the things that have occurred. But it's all done on our children's level so they begin to understand it. And it begins to pique their curiosity. They begin to learn more. And hopefully one day they will want to explore and visit the continent of Africa and its many countries. There's just so much that Darren and Destiny are able to do, and as they're doing it, it's like they begin to open the minds of a new generation, and they don't get bombarded and indoctrinated with negativity. They're actually able to see positivity and inspiring images and messages about the African diaspora, as well as those who are still indigenous to the continent of Africa, and they begin to learn more and just see things differently. So I'm excited about introducing the adventures of Darren and Destiny.